Good day everyone, this is Sir Hill Valenzuela Jr. Welcome to another Math with 1 with Sir G. Another grade 10 lesson to be discussed. Without further ado, join me. Alright, so in this particular lesson, coming right up, we're going to discuss probability of simple events. So last time we've talked about events, no? So i-process na natin yung mga events na yan, no? So, kailan ba yan mangyayari? Ayan. So, let's deal with the probability. So, at first, we have to define the term probability, no? So, it refers to the likelihood for something to happen. Take note, it refers to the likelihood for something to happen. And probability refers to the measure of chance. Ayan. So, kailan ba ito mangyayari? Ano ang chance? Ano ang probability na mangyayari ang isang bagay? Ibig sabihin, pag tinanong tayo nun, ano ang chance na mangyayari yon, no? So, probability is a number that can be written in decimal, fraction, or percent. Pero, most likely guys, ang pinakamadaling maintindihan ng lahat, no? Lalo na kapag nag-re-report tayo, no? Whether it is in business, in weather forecasting, percent ang pinakamagandang way na i-communicate natin sa ating listeners or viewers, no? Para mas madaling maintindihan yung probability. And that measures the likelihood an event will occur, no? Ayan, that is probability, measure of chance. Ayan, so we have a line here. So for probability, so again, ang probability, no, in number, in dealing with number is from 0 up to 1 lang, no? Yan lang yung probability. Hindi yan pwedeng lumampas sa 1, hindi pwedeng bumaba sa 0. So negative are not welcome here. So, from 0 to positive 1. So, pag sinabi natin 0, ang probability, it is impossible to happen. Ayan. Pero, pag nandito tayo sa 0.25 in decimal, or 1/4 in fraction, or 25% in percentile, these events will unlikely to happen. So, pwede mangyari, pero unlikely. Medyo maliit lang yung possibility na mangyari yung isang event. Pero at 0.50 or 1/2 in fraction or 50% in percentile, so as likely as not, so 50-50, parang 50-50 ang chance, it may and may not happen. So in 50-50 chance, no? But if the chance is at 0.75 or 3/4 in fraction or 75% in percentile, it is likely to happen. So, mas malaki yung possibility na ito ay mangyari if it is in this particular measurement. And of course, if it is 1 or 100% in percentile, it is certain it will happen. Ayan. So, this is the probability measurement. Ayan. Impossible, 0 probability, unlikely to happen, greater than 0 but less than 0.50. So that is the range that will unlikely happen. At 0.50, that is as likely as not, or 50-50 chance. From 0.51 up to 0.99, this is the range that the event will likely to happen. And of course, at 1, it is certain to happen. Ayan. Okay. So, I hope that is very, very clear. Okay. So, the probability of simple events is denoted by P of E. Ayan. And that is equal to the number of favorable outcomes all over the total possible outcomes. So in layman's term, it could be P of E is equal to what you want. Ano bang gusto mo? all over what you have. Ano ba ang meron tayo in this particular scenario? Ayan, number of favorable outcomes, in layman terms, what we wanted, and total number of possible outcomes, what we have. Okay? So, let's deal with these formulas. Let's have some sample problems. So, for number 1, in tossing a coin, what is the probability of getting a head? How about a tail? So, in dealing with this problem, it is very important to visualize. Alright? So, we have to write the sample space automatic. So, the sample space is denoted by small letter S, followed by an equal sign, of course, the brace, and the elements that is expected to happen in tossing a coin. And these are the head and a tail. So, again, in tossing a coin, the possibilities are the possibilities that may happen, or the events that may happen, is the event that the coin will be head or tail. Ayan. Now, let's get the probability of getting a head. So, the probability of getting a head can be solved using the probability formula, or the P of B is equal to what we want, or the number of observable, no? Or, ayan, number of observable. Ayan. Dun dito sa what we have. These are all total number of possibilities, no? Ayan. Ayan. Okay? So, what we wanted. Ano bang gusto natin? Ang gusto natin, head. Ayan, the probability of getting a head. Isa lang naman yung head dyan, kaya we have 1. How many do we have? We have 1, 2. So, 2. That's why we arrive at 1/2. So, that's why the probability of H, or getting a head, is equal to 1/2, or that is equal to 0.5 in decimal, or 50% in percentile. So, the most communicable way in answering probability is by writing our final answer in percentile. Kasi pag sinabi natin 50%, it is more understandable to all, no? Sinabi natin 50%, naiintindihan agad yan ng many people. Alright, so after getting the probability of getting head, so let's deal with the probability of getting a tail. So again, how many tails do we have in our sample space? We only have 1. And how many do we have? How many options do we have? 2. That's why the probability of getting a tail is similar to the probability of getting a head, because there are 2 sample space lang, or there are 2 events that may happen when we toss a coin. It could be a head or a tail. That's why that is equivalent to 1/2, or in decimal 0.5, or simply 50% in percentile. I hope that the problem is very clear. Kung hindi, guys, you may always pause the video, then try to rewatch as many as you wanted and needed. And please don't forget to try using your pen and paper. Alright, so let's proceed on the second problem. This time, in rolling a die. Ayan, a regular die, a cube die. So, 6-sided die, no? So, what is the probability of getting an even? How about an odd? So, the first thing that we're going to do, guys, again, is to write all the sample space of a regular die. Again, since this is a cube, we expect that we have 6 possible events. So, event that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, from the sample space, let's take, and that's what we have, no? We have 6. And let's get the probability that an event will be an even number. Yan, even. So, what are the even numbers in the sample space? We have 2, 4, and 6. So, the probability of getting an even is equal to the number of favorable outcomes divided by number of all possible outcomes. So in this case, the probability of an even in the sample space are 2, 4, and 6. So that is our favorable outcome in this particular sample space, di ba? So ang hinihingi kasi natin even number from 1 up to 6. Okay? So the even numbers from 1 up to 6 are 2, 4, and 6. And these are 3 elements. And of course, that should be divided into all possible outcomes. And since in sample space we have 6, so 3 over 6. So that is equivalent to 3 over 6, or in lowest term 1/2, or in percentile 50%. So there are 50% chances if we roll a die, we will get an even number. Okay, how about the probability of getting an odd? Okay, so in the sample space, the odd numbers are 1, 3, and 5. And if we count it, the cardinality is 3. No? We have 3 elements. And of course, it should be divided to the total number of possible outcomes. We have 6. So again, this is equivalent to 3 over 6. So in lowest term, 1/2. Or similarly, 50%. So therefore, both the probability of getting an even and an odd is 50% when we roll a regular 6-sided die. Okay? Because there are some die which is not 6-sided. No? That's why I reiterated that what we use in this experiment is a 6-sided regular die. Okay? Alright, so there are 50% chances to get an even as well as 50% chances to get an odd number when we roll a regular 6-sided die. Alright? And that is our exercise or problem number 2. So let's proceed on the third exercise or experiment. In a standard deck of cards. Okay? Standard deck of cards. Just like what we talked about on the event. So what is the probability of getting hearts? Yan. How about the probability of getting a spade? Yan. So again, just like on our first 2 exercise, we have to write all the sample space. And the sample space are here. So again, we have 4 suits in a deck of cards. In a standard deck of cards, we have 4 suits: clubber, spade, heart, and diamond. Each suit has 13 cards. So 13 times 4, we have 52 cards all in all. So in a standard deck of cards, we always have 52 cards. Pero pag sinabi nilang deck of cards, we might include the jokers. So we have 2 jokers, so a total of 54 cards. Pero in probability, we always talk about the standard deck of cards. Not until sinabi na gamitin natin yung joker as well. Alright? So take note, in a standard deck of cards, we have 4 suits, and in each suits has 13 cards. So we have suit for clubber or flower, spade, heart, and diamond. And each suit has 13 cards. Ayan. So take note, a standard deck of cards has 4 suits. It has a heart, diamond, spade, and clubber or flower in the Philippines. So each suit has 13 cards. So each card has ace, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, 8, 9, 10, and the face cards. So we call it face cards: Jack, Queen, and King. Alright, now let's talk about the probability of getting hearts. So how many? How many hearts do we have? Oh, I only have 1 heart. But in this case, since we are dealing with the standard deck of cards, so we have 13, no, in each suits. So that's what we wanted. We want hearts. So there are 13 hearts, di ba? In each suits, di ba? there are 13 cards out of 52 cards in total. So 13 over 52, so in lowest term, that is equivalent to 1/4, or simply 0.25 in decimal, or much communicable way of dealing with probability is by percentile, 25% no chance to get the heart when we draw using a standard deck of cards. How about a spade? How many spade? Again, a spade is one of the suit, and each suit has 13 cards. So therefore, this is also equivalent to 13 over 52, or simply 1/4, or 0.25, or 25%. So I hope that is clear. So if you're going to get the probability of getting a diamond and a clover, so I'm sure your answer is 25% as well. Because take note, in each suit, it has 13 cards. And in each standard deck of cards, we have 52 cards. Alright? So, okay. Let's get involved learning. So, kayo naman guys. Ayan. I want you to be involved in this new way of learning, guys. So this is another form or learning modalities, no? Ayan. So I want you to get involved in this learning. So I want you to answer each problem. So I will give you 20 minutes to finish the entire problem, no? Then after nating makuha yung 20 minutes, then you may play again the video. So please pause the video for 20 minutes after taking a screenshot of this problem. Ayan. For number 1, in a standard deck of card, what is the probability of getting a red card? How about a black card? So that is number 1. For number 2, in rolling a regular die, no, 6-sided die, what is the probability of getting a 7? For number 3, in a spinner containing blue, red, yellow, and green, so what is the probability of getting a red? How about a green? And for number 4, in a multiple choice exam which contains A, B, C, D, the periodical test. Ayan, medyo na-miss natin yan. So, what is the probability of getting a wrong response? Kapag nanghula daw tayo, no? What is the probability of getting a wrong answer? Ayan. So, please pause the video for 20 minutes and play for the answer. And your 20 minutes are gone. So, let's check. So, here are the key answers or answer keys. So for number 1, the probability of getting a red is 1/2 or 50%, because there are 2 suits who are red, diamond and heart. So it contains 26 cards out of 52, as well as black. So 50%. So both 50%. For number 2, the probability of getting a 7 in a rolling regular 6-sided die is 0%. Diba? 0%. Wala kasing 7 sa 6-sided. No? 6-sided na nga yan eh. Number 3. So, the probability of getting a red in the spinner is 1/4 or 25%. As well as in getting a green. That is also 25% or 1/4. And in a multiple choice, what is the probability that we will be wrong? Ayan. Siyempre sa isang exam, there is only one correct. Yun yung ating laging ina-expect, no? So, kung merong isang tama out of 4, that is 1/4 or 0.25. So 1 minus 0.25 is 75% or equivalent to 3/4. Alright? Okay, so very easy lang ang probability, no? Because this is just a simple event or probability of simple event. So I hope this is very clear to you guys. So if not, again, you may always pause the video, try to rewind, rewatch as many as you need, then try to do it again, and I hope you will get all these answers correctly. So, namaste. Until our next Math Kwentuhan, this is Sir G. See ya.